Take a moment to think about how you introduce yourself to someone new. After your name, you might say a group. This might be your job, where you're from, or even a hobby. And that's because so much of what we do happens with others. But what really matters is how many parts of yourself you're able to bring to those groups. Belonging is really powerful. It helps us feel connected and understood, but it can also be complicated, especially for young people growing up in areas that have been shaped by social division. And yet, very little is actually known about how these young people are experiencing and navigating their identities today and what that means for how they cope and how they connect. We're asking 14 to 24-year-olds across Northern Ireland and the border regions 2 simple things. First, are you always talking to the same people about the same things? Or do you talk to different people about different things? Second, do your groups fit together neatly, or do they sometimes clash? Then, using a technique called latent profile analysis, we're looking for patterns. Different ways that young people are experiencing belonging and what that means for them. It can help to think about identity as a social toolkit. The more tools you're able to use with different people and different parts of your life, the better equipped you are to cope overall. We know that young people with more flexible and more diverse social circles report higher well-being and more trust towards others. But that's just one side of the story. Life is much harder when identities are rigid or in conflict. Imagine you're always only able to use one tool from your toolkit, or that your different tools can't be used together. When this happens, young people tend to feel more stressed and see the world in terms of us versus them, and that is a real concern. So the question then becomes, how can we help and support young people develop richer social toolkits? That's exactly what we're doing in a large-scale intervention that has been designed to expand how young people understand their identities. That's really exciting. If we're able to develop more complex social toolkits, not only are we enhancing well-being, we're also building trust, strengthening connections, and setting the scene for more effective peace building.
Thank you so much. The timings are very impressive. That was incredible. Who wants to ask you? Oh, yep.
I'll go first. Impressive research idea. Can I just say, how do you take into account neurodiversity?
Diversity?
Neurodiversity?
Neurodiversity? Well, when we're talking to different people about different things, we're talking about difference in all different levels. So different abilities, different ethnicities, different opinions, because so many things are polarized, and it's almost like people can't tolerate somebody having a different opinion than them. And so that's kind of how we're kind of phrasing diversity. It's just talking to different people about different things and being able to tolerate that difference.
Thank you very much. That's something neurodiverse people love, is anything different. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm actually to follow up. Rob basically stole my question nearly perfectly there. So following up, actually, it's a direct follow-up to that. Is it about building a wide sample then to get a real understanding of like all communities, all bases, so on, as opposed to narrower, like I would say almost a case study style thing? Is it more of a general, how does everyone interact with everyone or identify sort of thing, or communicate in those toolkit you mentioned, versus I would say a case study style, very narrow parameters?
Yeah, so this is, like I said, a large-scale intervention. It is large-scale. It's going to be given to 33,000 young people across Northern Ireland and the border regions. So yeah, it's marginalised youth that our partner charity organisations are working with. So it's part of, this research sits within our Generation project, which is a Peace Plus project that is managed and funded by the SAUPB. So at Ulster, we work with charity organisations to make sure that their programmes are delivering that, and it's all about promoting positive mental health, enhancing emotional resilience, and building leadership skills in children and young people.
Awesome, and especially the scale of that, that's incredible, so
Yeah.
cool.
I know that is fantastic. That is a huge skill. So congratulations and thank you so much. Your talk was fantastic.
Thank you
Let's
so
give
much.
Jessica a round of applause.
Thanks.